So when my vision went a bit weird, I just thought, you know what? Let's just go to the emergency room, A&E, whatever you guys want to call it. Let's just go and sort this out. So, where do I start with this? This is, yeah, you might have to take a seat, grab some snacks for this one. I might even have to grab some snacks because this is a long story, potentially. But I didn't die. So, hey, you know the ending. Good ending. All right, so let's get into this. I was feeling not so good for maybe like a week, and I decided that for health reasons I would try and give up caffeine. Now, I did it kind of blasé, not realizing that there could be some effects from giving up caffeine. Right, so I didn't expect anything to happen from giving up caffeine. Just for a bit of context, I drink coffee, but I'm definitely not a coffee guy, if that makes sense. You know, I don't have any drip filter. Like, I'm just instant. I've got some coffee creamer, instant coffee creamer. I just put it in, I drink it. Sometimes it makes me feel more alert, sometimes it doesn't, right? I'm really basic with the coffee, right? This is not a passion of mine. And the idea of giving it up to me didn't fill me with dread. I wasn't feeling like I was gonna particularly miss anything. So I kind of thought, well, I'll just stop drinking coffee. I started getting some symptoms. Now, at this point, I don't even realize that it could be the coffee. Like, it could be giving up coffee. I started having these headaches here. Just real tension and pressure in my head. Just here. And then for the next week, I started feeling really down. But not down like tired, because we all feel tired, but that's how I know, or you would know, that it's different from tiredness. This was like almost out of body. Like, I'm here, but I'm not here. You know, it's a really weird feeling. And I started getting these heart palpitations, right? I think they say it's like, I did some research on Google, right? I thought I had every disease in the world. Anyway, it's the kind of thing where your heart goes like this. Boom. So there's a pause, right? But the thing about that pause is, what it does is it kind of, let me do it again. So it's small, do-do, do-do, do-do. Then there's but it actually hits harder. So it actually goes, do-do. And you can kind of feel it almost in your throat sometimes, right? And that would happen several times a day, right? Now, if you look that up, people will say that it's kind of a weird thing, actually, when you look up this diseases. I wouldn't recommend it, right? So it's either it happens, doesn't mean anything, don't worry about it, or it's you might have heart disease, you know? You can't know. You just can't know. So I booked an appointment with the doctor, as you all should, when you're feeling ill. And, you know, over here, it takes a long time to get an appointment, unfortunately. So unless you're dying or you're pregnant, you're going to have to wait at least a week. So it took about a week for me to actually get the first appointment. And obviously, because of the COVID stuff, the doctor told me, well, you know, we're going to have to do it over the phone. So that's what we did. So he called, I spoke to him, and I said, yeah, I've been getting these kind of heartbeat things, just feeling really down, feeling really low, and like there's a little bit of lightheadedness. I said, maybe it just could be some stress. Because I'm the kind of person, I don't really, I'm calling the doctor, but I don't really want to go in. I don't know, it's just hospitals, and it just don't make me feel great. So I'm trying to play it off a little bit and just be like, it's just probably a bit of stress, maybe, I don't know. And he said, well, okay, maybe it can be stress, but stress is something that I can't remember what he called it, but it's essentially, he was saying that that's what happened. We call it stress when we ruled everything else out. So he can't call it stress without doing any tests, right? So he said, come in, and he wrote like a blood test, not prescription, but a form for me so I can get blood tests done in a proper hospital. And yeah, so we did that. I went to the hospital, I had the blood test, and yeah, that was fine. I got only one of the, actually to this day, I only have one of the results back, which is basically I don't have diabetes, which is great. And let's see. Okay, so that was on a Monday. That's what happened. That was on a Monday. I saw the doctor. On a Tuesday, I'm still waiting for the next blood test results. He still wants to run other tests. He says, and I've booked appointments for that the following week. On that Tuesday, I took a turn for the worse. And, the whole day I was still feeling like lightheaded, really weak, these headaches, and just kind of feeling like not myself, just like out of my body type experience. And I decided to try to do some exercise just to see if that would like help, like endorphins and that kind of thing. And I was able to do like a little bit of exercise, just like random movements, nothing crazy. And basically as soon as I finished that, maybe like 5-10 minutes after I finished that, I started to feel really bad, and like almost like I was gonna pass out. And then I was really worried when like my vision went a bit weird. So when my vision went a bit weird, I just thought, you know what, let's just go to the emergency room, A&E, whatever you guys want to call it. Let's just go and sort this out. Because they can give me blood tests, and then I can get those blood test results on the same day, and I can just know, because the idea of having to wait another week before I can see the GP again, feeling like this, I was like, nah, there's no way. Don't know if I'm gonna make it through the night. All right, so yeah, I went to the doctor, well, the A&E / emergency room, and they ran all their tests. They did ECG, I think they did blood tests, then they got more blood. Then they even almost gave me the wrong medication. I almost got on the wrong drip. I mean, I'm not meant to be on the drip apparently. Anyway, they ran all the tests. Everything was fine, the doctor said. And just so the story makes a bit more sense, at this time, I don't think I have caffeine withdrawal, because I don't think I'm having any sort of dependency on caffeine. All I'm thinking of, I just feel like terrible. So I'm looking up every disease, like literally every disease. Like that's not helping me. I can't sleep at night. Not just because I'm looking up diseases, but just because of the way I feel. And they say there's nothing wrong with me. Doctor just said, just try and drink a bit more water. It's kind of embarrassing. You go into A&E and they just say drink more water. Not embarrassing from them, I mean embarrassing for me a little bit. But obviously with how I felt, it's how I felt. So yeah, so the doctor just said basically drink more water. Which, to be fair, I took his advice. The next day I drank a lot more water, and it seemed to have like a flushing effect, right? I drink a decent amount of water, but not what he was saying. He was thinking like more like a gallon, 4 liters of water. So I did that, and that definitely had some sort of flushing effects. Something, without getting too much into it, I felt flushed. 2 days after I went to the hospital, I was feeling a lot better. Not quite 100%, but I was feeling a lot better. And then it came to me a couple of days later after that it's probably caffeine. You know, so I went on YouTube and I looked it up, caffeine withdrawal symptoms, and it just all kind of ticked the boxes. It just all ticked. You know, that feeling right here, that people saying that headache right here, you're feeling really low, like really, really low. And the thing is, even those times when the week or 2 weeks when I was feeling really low, you would also have times where you had a bit of energy, which was making it weird because then it kind of feels like you're not really sick. But then most of the time, like 80 to 90% of the time, you just feel really low. I've kind of concluded, now I'm still not 100% sure, but I would say I'm about 99% sure, basically, that all my symptoms were from caffeine withdrawal. And I'm giving up coffee completely now. So no coffee, no caffeine, no pre-workout. I'm even going to have to give up decaf because, believe it or not, there is actually a bit of caffeine in decaf. So usually, legally, they're only allowed, no, legally they have to remove 97% of caffeine from decaf coffee, at least 97%. So if you have a cup of coffee, or cup of decaf coffee, a cup of coffee which would have 100 milligrams of caffeine, in the decaf version, it has at least 3 grams of caffeine. Now, obviously that isn't a lot, but I had decaf a couple of days ago and I felt weird. I ain't got a clue what's going on with caffeine and me, but I felt strange the next day. So I'm going completely teetotal. I feel a lot better now. I don't feel ill at all. I'm not going to say, you know, giving up coffee has changed my life. Because to be honest, I didn't give it up because I thought it would change my life. I just was feeling like more anxiousness and I just wanted it to, you know, I didn't think it would make a big difference to me, to be honest, because I didn't think I was a coffee guy like that. But I guess that's what addicts say. I guess that is what addicts say. But yeah, so coffee withdrawal was that painful and that much intrusion on my life that I actually had to go to A&E or the emergency room, wherever you guys are. So I don't know. I'm not saying there's a lesson to be gained here. I'm not saying anybody should quit coffee. Maybe challenge yourself in the new year, New Year's resolution, give up coffee for 7 days and see if you end up in the A&E or the ER. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to listen to me talk about this. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. And yeah, I can always say the road to 1,000 subscribers is here. I just hit 4,000 watch hours on YouTube, so I appreciate everyone who's helped me get there. And there are more tech videos to come, of course, but you know, I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of insight into my exciting life. All right, peace.